Tucked away in the valley of Los Angeles, 42 miles northwest of Disneyland, sits a tiki bar with a 78-drink challenge called the Grog Log. Drink all 78 drinks within 1 year, and you get a plaque with your name on the wall. Let's join two thirsty friends for a little My Time as they embark on a drunken journey through the log and talk about dumb shit like theme parks, drinking, and drinking at theme parks.
Welcome to My Time. I'm your host, Dave, and I'm sitting, as always, with my best friend and partner in grog logging, Corey.
Hello, hello.
Normally, we record these intros
at your house.
At my house, in your car.
In my car, randomly. Yep.
Yeah, outside Tonga Hut before we go in. But today we're in one of our favorite spots of all time. We're in Trader Sam's. We're down here on a little staycation.
We're always working, folks.
Yeah,
we're always working.
We're putting in work. We're here on a future episode that's coming out soon.
Maybe my biggest meltdown ever.
Spoiler, she's halfway through a zombie.
No, not even a fifth way through the zombie, and I'm having problems.
I love it.
I'm having problems. That was my Christopher Walken impression.
Oh, God. That's where we are right now. Trader Sam's will get you guys, but you'll hear that in a couple weeks. Today, we're getting a little education. We're getting taken to school. We decided that we don't know enough about rum, so we called in.
We know nothing about rum.
Yeah, we know nothing about rum. We're going to call in an expert. So today's episode at the Tonga Hut is with our new best friend, the rum champion.
He was so awesome.
We take down a drink on the Grog Log, and then we do a rum tasting. We sip some rums for the first time.
Sipping some rums.
Sipping
some sips.
Uh-oh, these drinks are getting me. We're going to take this over now to the Tonga Hut.
With the rum champion.
For the rum champion.
Enjoy.
We are back at the Tonga Hut. I'm joined, as always, by Corey.
Hello, hello.
But joining us in the booth today is the rum champion, Brian Inman.
Hi, guys. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you for coming
hanging
on.
out, drinking a good old tiki drink at Tonga Hut.
When I told my wife we were having you on, and I was like, oh, he's the rum champion. And she was like, I'm sorry, what? And I sent her your IG profile, and she was like, oh, he's the rum champion. I was like, yes, he is.
You know what's funny about all of that is in the early days, I would always get, people being like, well, I just think you like calling yourself the champion. I picked the name because of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It's to me that very scene where Prince Oberyn's talking to Tyrion in the jail cell and no one wants to fight the mountain.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it's really dramatic. He grabs the torch and he goes, I will be your champion. And I was like, hell to the yeah.
I want to go on record and say I love the name.
It's
Thank
fun.
you.
I love it.
You're the champion of rum. You've won rum. And you are also in Rum's Corner.
Yep.
That's very true.
And we have a lot of rum questions coming up.
Yeah, that's the thing. We wanted to do this because we don't know shit about rum. we know
a little.
We know it. We know we like it.
Yeah.
But we don't know much about it. We don't know the names of glassware. We don't know what we're tasting.
Sure.
We're like,
We're
hey,
trying.
We're in a tall guy cup right now. We're in a shorty.
I mean, I love tall guy cups and shorties.
Yeah, that's what we got.
We wanted to get you in, and we wanted to learn a little bit about rum to help us on our journey.
Sure.
What I would love out of this journey with you, we have the Grog Log because
Yep.
we're here. We got a Grog Log. We got to put in that work. We got to chip.
grind.
It's a grind. You've done the Grog Log.
I have.
He said he had PTSD about it. So.
We've had guests to come on and they say, this is easy.
Uh-huh.
Can you speak to the ease or lack thereof of the Grog Log?
I've talked a lot about this with a lot of different people. The Grog Log on a grading scale, I'd give it maybe like a C+.
Sure.
Okay.
But I think the thing is, like, even Beach Bum has come out after the fact saying, yeah, I was kind of guessing on some of these recipes. I'm like, oh, you fucking think you were guessing?
Oh.
Have you tasted the Beachcomber's Gold?
It's like the balance
and
of
so
some of them.
There's some of them are just way
Yeah.
off. But what I'd say is I'm glad I did it. There are a lot of really good drinks, but for anybody that is contemplating doing it, if you're going to do it, my advice is get all the bad ones out of the way.
Ooh, up top.
Like the Cruzana's pretty bad.
We had the
that, it was
Cruzana.
bad.
Straight up
There was one
Robitussin.
that, I think that was it, because, like I described it as liquid mucinex.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Like,
Yeah.
just cough syrup with just...
Brought to you by the Cruzan Rum Company and fucking Robitussin.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
it was brutal.
One thing that I would propose is whether we do this on the podcast or not, I have 540 bottles of rum at my house.
Oh, that's...
Holy
And I need help drinking it. because I keep getting more sent to me for
540 bottles.
Yeah, and
That's
from all
crazy.
over the world.
Cool though.
Netherlands, Vietnam, Cambodia, Fiji, Australia. They actually have a rum distillery in Israel, and I have a bottle of Jewish rum at my house.
You have to try that.
I'm gonna rate it already for you, and I'm gonna go ahead and rate that 4.2 on the scale of 10.
It's definitely a place to start with rum. It's pretty light.
You're like, it kind of tastes like olives and falafel.
No, not that one. But there are a number of rums out there that do taste like green olives. It's very weird.
That's shocking. That one doesn't.
No, that one's it's molasses, and it's actually like I would say a place where a lot of people could start sipping rum and go, oh, okay, this
It's
is
pretty
light.
nice,
This is
yeah.
nice.
Okay.
Do you think rum is like the most popular spirit worldwide?
No.
Well, that's why he's the rum champion.
I think it's the world's most goddamn diverse spirit, and no one gives it its damn
It is
respect.
weird.
Why do you think that is, though?
I think it's so in the U.S. particularly. There's a lot of preconceived notions. When you think rum in the United States, the average person kind of goes back to the, have you got a little captain in you?
Yeah.
And the reason for that, or it's Malibu, right? My first rum ever was Parrot Bay coconut rum.
Sure.
Me too. Shut
Yeah.
up. I had a
And I was like,
bottle
oh,
hidden
well,
in
I
my
know.
bedroom.
Yep. I wanted like a glass one that wasn't like too
Yeah.
expensive. So when I sent somebody into
Oh,
the
it
store
tastes like
for me-
suntan lotion.
Oh, 100%. There's rums that taste like bubblegum and sawdust. There's rums that taste like whiskey. There's rums that taste very akin to what you would expect an agave to taste like.
Sure.
And so no matter like, there's others that start like really bright ripe fruits. Then they go rotten in your mouth, and then baking spices kick in. So it's a whole wide
Weird.
world. So that's why
I think that's
there's
what
so much.
from what the limited info I know about rum, that I would say is the vast taste palette of rum is not dissimilar to whiskey and bourbon.
Sure.
How there's such a wide variety, and there's very good rums, just like there are very good whiskey and bourbons. But for whatever reason, I feel like a lot of times people think, like we were saying, rum is Parrot Bay or rum is Captain Morgan or
100%.
whatever.
It's kinda
People
like
don't
in-
understand that there's varying levels. Yeah.
There's thousands. I mean, and it's kind of like if we lived in an alternate universe or reality where everybody thought that whiskey was just Fireball.
Yeah.
And you had all these other brands trying to
that.
say, hey, we're here.
We're here too. Yeah.
We got a drink from the Grog Log.
Yep.
It's sitting in front of us. We're going to drink it. But then I'm going to have the rum champion do what he does best. We're
Tell
going
us
to taste
about
some
some
rums. I don't ever sip rums.
Oh, man.
I'm going to
So
try it. Let's drink. Let's
We have a
drink.
lot of questions.
Yeah,
So
we have a lot of questions.
yeah,
let's
let's
drink.
have
Let's
a-
drink. Let's drink
we are
these drinks.
drinking
So we're
Derby Daiquiri.
Derby
we're going to
Daiquiri.
drink a Derby Daiquiri. It's a hot day in Los Angeles. And we're
It's a frozen guy, and it's in a Collins glass.
yeah,
No,
tall,
a tall guy glass.
tall
Tall
guy.
guy.
I was going to say big guy, but tall
I thought
guy.
he,
Tall guy.
I thought he was going to finally tell us the real name of a glass.
Collins.
So I mean,
Collins.
but you know what's funny is that I'm not even up to snuff on like is the Collins glass and a highball glass, are they the same thing? Are they different? I don't know.
Oh
and
my
then you
God.
have coupe glasses, you have martini glasses, but then you have like champagne cocktail glasses, which
They're
I think
all
are coupe
slightly
glasses.
different.
Yeah,
It's so fucking refreshing to know that a guy who calls himself the rum champion has the same struggles
Yeah.
that I do.
Do you have a cheers? You say.
Oh, you
Ever.
have to, as the rum champion.
I mean, yes, actually I do. So with my Rum Curious Club, at the end of it, we have a toast.
Okay.
And the toast is to the rum.
to the rum.
To the rum.
To the
I like
rum.
that.
To the rum.
To the rum.
Hey, there we go. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Tastes like a popsicle in like the
Yeah,
best
it tastes
way.
like a frozen lemonade popsicle.
Yeah,
I was going to say the most prominent taste of this to me is ice.
yeah. I know that a lot of people think that daiquiris are these kind of slushy consistencies. The original daiquiri is just 2 ounces of whatever rum. Originally it was like white Cuban rum, an ounce of lime juice, and then 3/4 ounce simple syrup.
Where was he on our fucking... We had an episode that was just daiquiri day,
Yeah.
and we're like, it would have been good for us to look up what makes a
But
daiquiri.
because we
Yeah.
talked about it in it, and we
Right.
sure didn't look it up.
Let me tell you what's in this Derby
Oh, yes.
daiquiri.
Derby Dax.
Orange juice, lime
Tastes a little
juice,
orange.
simple syrup, and Puerto Rican rum. It's from the Mai Kai. Okay.
The original drink by Mariano, head bartender at the Mai Kai restaurant, who won a 1959 rum cocktail competition with this drink.
Oh my God. They were just drinking straight up ice in 1960s, 50s, and 60s. They were like, ooh, ice.
Ooh. It's lovely.
Flavored ice.
The way that I like to think about it is, because this whole concept of just getting ice from your refrigerator, having it widely available, really only came about in, I want to say, probably like post World War II.
I was
Really
going to say
good
probably
point.
You had to get like a
50s,
giant block of
and you
ice
chip
and
it.
like, yeah.
That's like the original like martini where you'd put it in the bag.
Yep.
And like
then you
crush
Lewis
it up.
bag it.
Yep.
But you know what's funny now is that we're kind of going back to getting giant blocks of ice
Yep.
for people to chip at, because some people get really nerdy on
It's
ice,
become
which I love
trendy
it.
Hold on, I want to take a step back. Who are you? Who are you? What was your life?
Uh-huh.
At what point did you decide that rum was going to be the thing? And how did you make rum the thing? And like, so what is your life before? What pre-rum,
Sure.
post-rum? Let's just start there.
In, I don't know, 2013, 2014, something like that. Was dating a girl at the time. Didn't work out. But her sister worked for Disney. And I
Okay.
love going to Disneyland. I'd had a Disneyland pass for years and years. I can
Yes.
remember when the Disneyland pass, the one with no blackout dates and parking, was you put $80 down and it was $20 a month.
The year I first moved here, which is probably in line with your timeline, it was $489 for the entire year.
Yeah. And it was a steal. But, you know, I'd always enjoyed the Tiki Room.
Yeah.
I was
Right.
like, oh, this place is great. You know, at the time I would take like weed mushrooms in and I
Sure.
would just go do that and everybody would be super stoned and people had never done the Tiki Room.
Wait a minute,
like-
weed and mushroom?
Sorry, weed brownies.
Okay, I was,
Although
I was like, wait,
at
what's
first-
I was
that?
like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
But anyways, like always on the Tiki Room. Jungle Cruise, obviously a good time. Anyways, the girlfriend I was dating at the time, her sister worked for Disney and said, hey, like after my shift, I want to go to Trader Sam's for a drink.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, whatever. Didn't even know the concept of a tiki bar. I just thought the Tiki Room was like something that
That's
Disney
it,
invented
yeah.
and was like, oh, wow, this is great. Not realizing that the Tiki Room got its inspiration from the Tiki movement and the Tiki
Right.
bars. So anyways, I go into Trader Sam's. First Tiki bar I ever went to, and was like, holy shit.
This is
Like
amazing.
blown away by the ambiance, the atmosphere, the Hawaiian music. You know, I go in and like somebody ordered a Krakatoa, so I look at the wall, the LED screen, and the volcanoes erupting, and I'm going, holy shit. So I was hooked from then tried all these different drinks and realized, oh wow, these are rum. Okay. Because I'd only known like, oh, it's rum and Coke
Yeah.
or maybe like coladas or rum barrel. No, somebody said rum barrel, but not,
Yeah.
you know, that was at the time. And then always started going to tiki bars. So Trader Sam's, Tonga Hut,
Sure.
Lono. Fast forward, COVID, not much to do. So I really got into tiki again.
Sure.
I decided, hey, when this lockdown ends, I want to throw a tiki party. I didn't know how to make the drinks that I'd been enjoying, like
Yep.
what's in a Navy Grog, what's in a Mai Tai, what's in the 1934 Zombie. So I found this channel called Distinguished Spirits on YouTube. He'd break down like the history of these tiki drinks, but more importantly, he'd tell me what rums that I needed. And then he also referenced this book called Smuggler's Cove, picked up a copy of Smuggler's Cove. I had no rums and I went from like 0 to 15 through the tiki party and then just fell in love with the whole concept of it. But then I started looking at the recipes from Total Tiki app that I had, from the Grog Log, from Smuggler's Cove, and saying, well, what's the difference between a dark Jamaican rum versus like a Demerara rum? Or
Yeah.
what's a
Right.
View Agricole, rum agricole from Martinique? So then, like, of all the rums that I had, I started tasting these and then realized, oh, wow, this one's really different.
Tastes
And
very
then the
different,
more
yeah.
that I tried, the more I wanted to get more bottles. So that's part of the reason why I have 540 fucking bottles in my
that's
house.
impressive, dude.
I mean, it's an
500
obsession, is really what it is. So then I started throwing like these monthly rum parties in my apartment, which I have to start doing again. You guys are invited. You guys just have
We'd
to come
love
over
to
and drink
come.
my
Yeah,
rum.
yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
I'd love to come drink your
It would always be like
Dave needs to
cocktail
come drink
forward.
the Jewish rum.
Yeah, you
Oh,
need to come
man.
drink
Yeah.
the Jewish
This
rum.
one's for you. Why?
Yeah, no, here you, yeah, just this one.
Just
Just
this-
this one. Or you can
it's
taste
called
all these.
Mogan David.
No, so you know what it's called? It's called Jewish Pirate Gold Rum. I got to show you the label. 'cause
Jewish
it's-
pirate gold rum.
'cause there
I don't
was
know
actually
whether to
like
be
a-
offended.
I don't know either.
But there was actually like a historical
It's
period
got a
in time.
golem on the front.
Oh my God, I'll show you the.
Just somebody from like I imagine it's like what's that fucking bank in Harry Potter?
Gringotts?
Just a-
please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just somebody
Hey,
from
please.
Gringotts in like a pirate
Yeah,
costume.
that checks out.
Where is the photo? Oh, here you go.
Yeah, it's like I mean, if it wasn't by Jews, it'd be anti-Semitic.
Yeah, yep.
It'd be problematic.
It's a lovely golden color, though.
Oh, it is. And there isn't any sugars or colors or flavorings added, but I think they're actually giving a nod, at least from what I assume. I haven't spoken to the distillery, but for like a period of time, there were a lot of Jewish pirates that actually were with the Ottoman Empire after the Spanish said, hey,
Oh, cool.
fuck you Jews, get the fuck out of Spain. And then Spain went into a massive decline because all the smart people left. And then the Ottomans said, welcome. And
Yeah.
so then you had a bunch of the Barbosa brothers in particular. Anyways, I know way too much about a lot of random shit. So back on track, through these monthly rum parties, I would just make these cocktails, tiki classics, and then just some like spin-offs just for funsies. I'd invite my friends over.
Yeah.
But then like my whole thing is when I host a party, I love being behind the bar. So I'm
Sure.
like, oh, the great thing about rum is this, that, and the other thing. And like blah, blah, blah. These are my facts, blah, blah, blah. So
do
then I
that,
started
yeah.
posting things on Instagram. It started gaining some traction. September of 2022, I launched the Rum Curious Club, my in-person events company that's getting people together to drink this.
Right.
In January of 23, I had 12 people come to my house, and it was really weird because I didn't have any basis other than some like videos and like
Yeah.
I posted a flyer, and it was really kind of like creepy. Instead of like, hey, you want to get in my van and have candy? I was, hey, you want to come to my apartment and come
Free
drink
candy,
rum?
free rum.
Yeah, I know, free rum. And then it kind of grew from there, and I mean, it's just been a really insane ride.
That's awesome.
And the more rums that I've tried, the more I become more and more convinced that it is the world's most diverse spirit. And now rum's my full-time job, especially as of August of last year. And when people ask, oh, what do you do? What I've realized, and I say now, is I drink rum and I hang out. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I do for a living. And it's silly.
but that's
It's
awesome.
Not
Good for
silly.
you, man.
It's fucking,
I mean, it's silly in the fact that it's a hilarious,
God. Now.
Wait,
So-
we have to rate this drink.
Okay. Rate the drink.
on a scale of what? 1 to 5?
1 to 5.
to five.
5 being
Five
the
to
best thing you
five
ever
is-
had, 1 being not for you.
For me, I mean, it's just.
It doesn't taste like.
It's there.
It's
it
there.
doesn't taste like anything.
But like, I
It's
like
fine.
it.
Yeah.
I would drink it again.
Yeah.
So
it's
it's like,
good on a hot day.
I mean,
Can we give like decimals too, or does it
Yeah,
have to be
oh,
solid?
yeah.
I would
Oh,
just
yeah.
say like 3.5. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a solid.
I was going to say
it's-
3.25.
Yeah, I was gonna be in that like same sort of vicinity. Yeah, this is a straight.
I mean,
3.5
it's-
for me.
It's
Yeah.
fine. It just doesn't. There's nothing
It's-
remarkable about it.
You know what?
It's a one note on like, hey, if it's a hot day.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys know like everybody calls them something else. Bomb pops, like the popsicle.
Yeah, bomb
like
pops.
Astro pop.
Or like
Bomb.
the red, white, and blue one.
No, like the red, white, and blue.
It also
This is
tastes like
this is
the-
the white of
Yeah,
the of
100%.
the
yeah.
of the.
or like the
100%.
frozen Minute Maid lemonade. It also
Yeah.
gives me vibes of that.
So for anybody that wants to go through the Grog Log listening, this is a safe drink.
For
Yeah,
anyone.
you won't-
This
yeah,
is easy.
you're not gonna
Easy
die.
drinker.
Bring this one. Liz did us right. We said we wanted something like not gnarly.
Looking back, I would have said that we should have been all in pain, suffering together. But
Well,
next time.
Next
I
time.
think you're
Next
gonna
time.
find that with if we start just sipping rum.
Yeah.
Oh no, for me, well, depending, because I could get some weird shit. Anyways,
Talk to me like I'm a fucking idiot.
okay, mansplaining activated.
Yeah, I want like
Go
and
on.
in the simplest 1 to 2 sentences, what is rum?
Okay. Rum is an alcoholic spirit that is a byproduct of the sugarcane plant.
Okay.
Perfect.
Easy peasy.
So, and without getting too complicated, I'll do a quick offshoot because I don't have like a sentence. It has a lot of different names. So,
Okay.
like, this whole concept of distilling sugarcane has been around for thousands of years. There has been some evidence to indicate that, like, the Moors in the Middle East were doing distillation, or like folks in India were distilling sugarcane juice. So it can be called rum with an H that indicates, previous
This was
French
on my list
colonization.
of what
Yeah.
the fuck is that H doing in that?
Yeah, just the way that the French word for rum, because
Sure.
the French have to do everything different. Then there's rum agricole, and that's one of two types of rum that has a denomination of origin, or a DO, like a bourbon, if you will. So there's rum agricole. There's Clorène, which is something that is in Haiti. It's like a Haitian moonshine, if you will. Then
Okay.
there's Arak, which is different than Arak, which is like a licoricey liqueur.
Ooh, no, I
Then there's
wouldn't like
aguardiente,
that.
cachaça. So it has it's like in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
A girl has no name, but like a rum has many names.
This is going to be a joke for my Jews. You know what they call it in Israel? Chum. That's just for the Jews.
It's good.
Just for them.
I think that like a goyim like myself will. It's amusing.
But like, chum.
Come.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good.
No, you're solid.
Ah, baby.
Okay.
Okay. So that's what rum. How rum?
Like how it's produced.
Sure.
Okay.
He doesn't even know what he's asking.
We talked about how
How
it has many different names. It's distilled in over 80 countries, but at the basis, sugarcane itself is a grass.
Right.
Which I did not realize until tasting some rum agricole from Martinique. Like, why does this smell like
It
grass?
tastes very grassy, yeah.
Especially like the sugarcane juice stuff, because it pulls
Yeah.
out a lot of that like
Sure.
earthiness. And so how it's produced at the basis is you're taking whatever that byproduct is. It can be molasses, it can be sugarcane juice, it can be that, again, the syrup where they condense down the juice and like almost make a reduction, if you will. You can sometimes mix molasses and sugarcane juice together. Whatever your base is, that's typically those. And then it goes through a fermentation process. Some places it's 24 hours, some places it's like weeks. All the characters of all of that depend on where it's distilled. Is it at elevation? Is it at sea level? And all of that. So many different factors. And then distillation, you have pot stills. I don't know why I'm doing this. But with pot stills,
That's
you have
a pot.
typically really big, yeah.
You're-
What's in the pot? Okay, sorry.
What's in the pot?
What's in the pot? But yeah, pot stills that typically have a lot more character to them, so they're a little bit more punchy. So anything like Jamaican funk is pot still.
Sure.
That's not
Jamaican
always- Jamaican funk.
Jamaican funk. That's
That
my
should be-
favorite band.
That should be a drink.
And then it's either unaged, and that's clear rum, but not all white rum is unaged, by the way.
Okay.
Sometimes it goes through charcoal filtering, so you can have a 3-year-old rum, but it looks
It's
clear
clear.
because they've taken all the color
Right.
out. I love asking when people come to any of my like events or seminars or whatever, does anybody want to know why brown liquor is brown? And people kind of look confused. Do you guys know?
It's not filtered.
I don't know.
Yes, it's not filtered, but the barrel is what's
Barrel
giving it its
aged
color. Yeah.
is soaking
Because
into
like
the liquor.
all alcohol comes out clear from the still.
Sure.
I don't know why I'm doing this, but it
Yeah.
comes out clear.
Yeah, He's
and then
like
it goes,
stroking an udder.
Yeah.
Gently, what?
You're good.
Yeah, gently
You're
pulling
good.
down.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, just that's
Yeah.
the best way to get the milk out, you know. Anyways, but so that's really the production process, and then it either if it's unaged, it goes into a bottle, and then sometimes it's proofed down. So I'm keeping this all way high level.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
but
yeah,
this
yeah.
is good. This is good.
He's
But
like,
it just so that's what rum, that's how rum, and then why rum.
Because it's
Yeah.
tasty.
Because it's the world's most goddamn diverse spirit, and no one gives it its damn
It is
respect.
weird.
Like everybody had Captain Morgan in college, right? Captain and Coke or Sailor
Sure.
Jerry
Sure,
or
of
whatever.
course.
But that's really what it was. And then a lot of people just have this preconceived notion now that rum is a spiced rum. It's supposed to be sweet. It's only belonging in your pina coladas, or
Right,
it
right.
goes in Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same thing for a long time. That the parallel in the agave world was I don't like tequila because I don't like Cuervo. Which nothing against Cuervo or Captain or anything like
Sure.
that.
Right.
But people would dismiss the category
Because of that one
because
particular
of the
one.
particular thing.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think just a lot of people
They don't understand the
Yeah.
levels of different rums.
Exactly.
and if you're not like I don't know, how does anybody drink spirits? Maybe that's let's leave it at that. How does anybody drink spirits? And we all have empty cups. So
Yeah.
should we get into how are we going to try spirits?
I think
Whatever
the
you
best way to do
wanna
it
do.
is neat by itself.
Neat.
Okay.
The beauty is there's no right or wrong way because
Right.
our taste buds are subjective, your preferences are subjective, the whole thing.
Why
But,
don't you pick
Yeah, let
like
me ask
3 or 4?
Yeah, or
I mean, I'll have a tiny little sip. If
Well,
you guys
that's
want
what
to
I'm
have
saying.
that,
That's what
If
I'm
we
saying.
get 3 or
Let's-
4,
well,
just
tiny
like,
little sips.
yeah, and we'll
Yeah.
all share.
Okay. So
and you pick them up
Yeah,
if you want.
of course.
Rum Champion chooses.
Okay, and we're gonna do
Rum Champion Choice.
Rum champion choice.
rum champ choice.
Rum
Rum
Champ
champ choice.
Champion
It's their
choice.
classic RCC.
RCC.
And then we're gonna come back with lots of little tasties,
I love
and we'll talk about how to sip rum, and then a word from our sponsors.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, I just witnessed, a kid in the candy store. I saw a Rum Champion in the rum
I
store.
know. He was like,
Just
Rum-
wait till you come to my place.
I know.
Because usually people end up on the floor
Great.
because I get so excited. I'm like, oh my God, this is from the Netherlands.
You gotta
Have
try
ever
this. You gotta
oh,
try
yeah.
this. Yeah.
This is pepper infused rum from Cambodia. It'll
That
blow
sounds
your
interesting to me.
fucking mind.
Hey, here's a question before we get into this.
Here's an answer.
Is there like a like Pappy? Like Pappy
Yes.
is like the long sought after, like really expensive, we auction it off type of bottle of rum, of whiskey. Is there that of rum?
Bourbon.
There's
Bourbon?
a few
Is there-
different.
okay. Is there that of whatever Pappy is?
Like an elusive bottle.
I would say yes. Oftentimes, so basically, it's a defunct distillery that no longer exists from Trinidad. They're called Caroni, Caroni. You can find bottles on the secondary market for $1,100.
Have you
plus.
tried
Yeah,
it?
it's about Pappy.
Yes.
Pappy's like 12 or 1500.
There's a lot of Caroni rum that I have tried. It's not something I would recommend for people that are just starting because it's like earthy and dirty and bold. It's all like 50 plus, 55 plus %. I have a bottle that was an exclusive release for the Taiwanese market that I got my hands on.
All right.
You guys can try some when you come over, but that would be one.
What about the rum that like was the original Mai Tai? Like, are there any?
Oh, the
of
Ray
those?
and Nephew 17. Yeah, if you have like $50,000.
Oh, just a pretty penny.
So,
Yeah, I
okay,
know,
so
right?
that's like that's the white whale of rum.
That would be, and I mean, it is interesting that it's popular because it's in the Mai Tai, right?
So here's what we're looking at. We're looking at like little cutie
cutie
We're
solo
having
cups.
what I like to say is we're having sippy poos.
yeah, little
Yeah.
Right now.
cutie solo cups of shots of rum.
They're so tiny and cute.
I don't know if I've been as scared to drink something off like the Grog Log as I am a little bit.
I
nervous
went
about this.
mild. The third one because it's higher proof is gonna, but we'll be fine.
Okay.
Neither
I didn't
one
pick
of us
anything
are
funky or
Much
weird. I
sippers
promise.
of straight up.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't know how
Yeah.
to sip.
Oh, so yeah.
How do we sip?
So the first thing that you're gonna do is we'll talk about the nosing, but like nosing, like you want to have your mouth open. You don't want to get your nose in it like with wine. Typically what you'll do is you can take like a tiny little sip and let the flavor and the alcohol hit your tongue to kind of treat your tongue, if you will.
Yeah.
But then the second sip, what I like to do is take a bigger mouthful and then swirl it around, kind of like
Got it.
It's
'Cause
like
when
what
you-
we call the Tiki Two-Sip.
100%.
So-
And so when you
That's smart.
when you swirl it around, you'll actually unlock saliva in your mouth.
Sure.
So that you'll do two things. One, you'll get a little bit of a burn in your mouth, but the more you drink, the more the burn goes away. But when you swallow, it doesn't hit you in the throat or the chest. So
Okay.
you're diluting it, but you're also getting some flavor. And if you're not getting flavor, like, don't worry. So what we're starting with,
Yeah, we're starting.
this is Chairman's Reserve Original. This is 40%. Chairman's Reserve is one of the most underrated rum brands. This is one of my favorite brands.
Okay.
we're gonna champion this. We're gonna.
So
Okay.
if you smell it, it smells pretty light on the nose.
Yeah.
So this is a
Good.
column pot still combo.
I'm
little
gonna
bit to
do
treat
what
your tongue.
you described. I'm going to do the little hit, and then I'm going to swirl it.
Okay. I'm
A little bit.
I'm gonna take my first little sippy sip.
Yep. And then just kind of let it like ripple through your tongue. And then when you're ready, we'll do.
Okay. That was my starter sip.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna take the sip and
Yep.
Swirl.
And swirl
Swirl.
like, but
I'm gonna chew
almost
it.
like
chew
yeah,
it. Yeah,
chew
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yep.
Chew.
So, cheers, guys.
Oh, wait a
Cheers.
minute. So something that we say here that it's just a dumb thing that I made up. The drinks
Brace
awakes.
yourself.
The drinks awake, so I'm awake.
The drink's awake, so I'm awake.
Yeah,
I love it.
cheers. Actually, that's not bad.
Right?
Like I do feel like when I say that there are like slight fumes coming from my mouth. Like
No, but it tastes remarkably different.
but it
than the
does
first
taste
little
different.
sip.
Yeah, because you want to always treat, like,
Yeah.
right? And so for me, if you think this is hot, like, I can't wait to guys have you over because there's certain things that are like 68% that I like to drink by itself.
so.
Do you
But
put
we're
ice in
not-
them, or
we're-
you just drink them straight?
Just drink
up?
them straight.
Okay.
But we're not there, and I wouldn't start you guys there.
We're learning.
so
Yeah, and you don't need to get to that place either.
What-
you can
what are-
stop wherever you want.
what are the typical notes that we should be tasting?
So
on
you know
something?
that's
Like,
a really good question, and it's there's no right or wrong because all of our taste buds are subjective. I mean, it really like my question then to you guys is, what do you guys taste?
I definitely taste a little licorice vibe in
Mm-hmm.
that one.
I get a little bit of leather on this.
Yeah, I could see that.
There's a little like caramel.
Yep.
I'm desperately trying to taste a taste other than
Booze.
alcohol.
Yeah,
like
it
I'm
takes-
like I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it.
No,
I'm
no.
like,
You know what else you could do is you could drop a little bit of water,
yeah.
because you can dilute it there as well. But this, like in an old fashioned, so good.
I was going to say that's how I started getting into rums was because a few years ago I almost died at Club 33. Yeah.
We're gonna have to
Um,
unpack that later.
Yeah, we will.
That's
But
not something you just casually throw out.
we friend of
She
a
was
friend.
stabbed.
Yeah, a friend of a
Mickey
friend.
stabbed her.
Yeah,
You
Mickey-
fucking-
he shanked me.
Nothing can stop us now.
And at the time, we thought I had a sudden allergic reaction to whiskey
Oh, okay.
because my go-to like fancy drink for 10 years or whatever has been an old-fashioned, and I had had multiple that day, and then all of a sudden it was just like real bad.
Oh wow.
So the only thing we could figure out was I just had a weird reaction to the whiskey. It was like a year and a half of not drinking whiskey, me going through all these allergy testings, etc. So I started drinking rum and getting into making like a rum old fashioned. That's how I kind of like explore the different levels and the different tastes and like,
Sure.
I mean, very elementary version of that, but like I had never realize how many different tastes there can be. But turns out I'm not allergic to whiskey. It's asparagus.
Oh.
Nearly killed me.
Well, hey, your pee won't smell,
Nope.
so you're great. And you won't die, more
Nope.
importantly. So,
I don't ever just drink straight up whiskey or bourbon or something like that, but it does to me taste like reminiscent of one of those.
Yeah.
With like it, maybe a little bit sweeter.
yeah.
It
Maybe
tastes
it's slightly
bourbon-y to
sweeter,
me.
but I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah.
now to me, I'm like, why are y'all gonna hate on this? Like, why are you?
Because most people haven't tried it.
Yeah.
You know?
But like, why are you gonna try
really-
this? Like, this could be a substitute for
For whiskey.
any of those drinks. Like,
100%. You can find this bottle for like $22, $23
Right.
ish.
That's great.
this is going back to what rum?
What rum?
This is sugarcane.
This is molasses.
Molasses.
So the three that I picked for you guys, we're going to start with molasses. 95% of the rum production in the world is molasses.
Okay.
Molasses. Okay.
Yep. I like that. Molasses.
Molasses.
You have to say it like a southern.
it's-
Molasses.
Yeah, it's molasses.
I like the head tilt. Molasses.
Molasses.
A little condescending.
Yeah, molasses. And then you need to throw in a bless your heart after that.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
Damn. Well, I mean, that wasn't.
No, so and the nice thing about this is a super approachable place to start. It gives people that like whiskey a taste of the familiar.
Yeah.
It's not overpowering. It's not sweet. So the three rums that I picked also have no sugars, colors, flavorings added whatsoever either. There's some people like, well, if it has sugar, it's awful. I'm like, bro, there's rum distilleries that have been around for 300 years that have been adding sugar. So you're going to all of a sudden tell them after 300 years how they do things are wrong. Like,
Yeah.
But that's like saying, what was it? Like the other, I don't watch Family Guy anymore, but I don't know why it's like, oh, I had like 2 cheeseburgers and 2 quesadillas, but I had a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
So,
It's like,
you
what's
know.
the point, man?
yeah.
That reminds me of the time that I put sugar in my rum.
But I'm in my room. Yeah. Yeah.
Peter.
Yeah. Peter. Oh, that's, yeah.
Brian, the dog, would be very, very snobby about putting
The
sugar.
rums, yeah.
I'd be like, so, I'm sorry. This is an additive-free rum.
All right, what's number 2 here?
Number 2. So this is from Jamaica. So this is from the Worthy Park Estate
Okay.
in Jamaica. And just take a smell first, because there's a little bit more on the nose here.
This,
It has a different, like,
does.
pungentness.
This is also 40%. So
It has a different pungentness to it.
Jamaican rums, and you guys always have to try Jamaican. This is 100% pot still, so this is going to have more flavor. It's still only 40%, so
Okay.
I'm not taking you anywhere. The door number 3, we have a higher proof, but this one is going to have a
Door
little
number
more flavor.
3.
But it's definitely a lot more on the nose. Swirl. Dave, you look like you're dying.
interesting. I might be.
I taste vanilla
Vanilla. I get a lot of banana.
and
Vanilla,
banana.
banana.
Yeah.
Oh, banana, totally.
A oh my God, I've lost my ability to speak.
I'm gonna
Caramelized banana,
Yeah,
I kind of taste.
100%,
Yeah.
like a bananas Foster's.
Yeah.
Which,
super banana-y.
Yeah.
yep. Banana daiquiri, but if you have like a shaken daiquiri with like some banana liqueur, it's so good.
Yeah. That's.
so
I
good.
actually think I like that one better than the
Yeah.
first.
So Jamaican rums, they're doing. And the layman, are you dying?
To quote Wayne's World, we're not worthy. we're not worthy.
Where are they? No, this is really interesting. It's awesome.
It is. No,
So longer fermentation, 100% pot still. So anytime you hear long fermentation or 100% pot still, they tend to be a little bit more punchy.
Okay.
There's also like a rotten fruit to this. I know it kind
I
of
was
sounds
gonna
weird.
when you
Like
smell
rotten
it,
pineapple?
I said it smells like pungent in a different
it's
way.
very pungent.
this might be dumb and like we
No such
answered
thing.
that we answered that 20 minutes ago. Like, what exactly is causing the different tastes?
Yeah. So it's
of,
all
like-
about how it's produced. So
Mm-hmm.
with the first one, with door number 1, Chairman's Reserve, they take column stilled rums, which are a lot of more smoother, like Bacardi, for example, is a column still. So you think smoother, kind of more approachable. So Chairman's Reserve takes a column stilled rum that's very light in character, and then take a pot still, kind of like this, similar but different, and then they distill those, put them in barrels, let them age, then they bring those barrels together and separately blend them together. So
Right.
you're getting the column still makes it a little bit more approachable. Since this is a pot still, Worthy Park is also doing longer fermentation because it's a whole style of Jamaican rum to have longer fermentations, 100% pot stills, but not always. I'm broad brushing for
Sure.
the sake of keeping
Sure.
it high level. But the
He's
longer
wearing a Worthy Park hat.
I know.
I just fucking saw that.
Hey.
Did I miss that? Did we already talk about
No,
that?
but
No,
I
we
just
didn't.
noticed it.
Wait a minute, I'm listening to you. I'm on. I'm like, holy crap! He just went like he looked down slightly, And I looked up.
There it is.
Damn. So on brand.
Yeah.
Rum champion.
Fucking
knocking it out of the park.
I try.
This is incredible.
Anyways, I know we picked 3. It was hard to pick 3, but, there
Sounds
we go.
good.
He definitely put thought into curating
No,
this.
it's just great.
What would you drink this one with?
So this, like a rum punch, for example.
Okay.
So there's a really good rum punch recipe in Potions of the Caribbean. From the Planter's Punch Inn, there's a recipe from 1957 in that book that would be 2 ounces of this, 1.5 ounces of black tea,
Ooh.
which tea and
Ooh.
cocktails are so good,
Yeah, I
an
agree.
ounce of
So
lime
good.
juice, and then 1/2 ounce of granulated sugar. So you take the granulated sugar, put the lime juice on that, let it dissolve, throw your black tea in, then your Jamaican rum, put it in a big boy glass. No, not a big boy glass. A
Big
tall
boy.
guy
A
glass.
tall
skinny
guy.
guy.
Tall, skinny guy.
I'm still going to say big boy, though. Tall, skinny guy glass, and then you take one of those wooden swizzle sticks and actually swizzle it.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, I really like that in this. Banana daiquiri, I've done events with Worthy Park where
Sure.
that's an
I could
option
see
you can go
that. That
try.
would be really awesome.
Yeah,
I do a
100%.
drink at my house.
This would be perfect in that.
There's somebody at Harvard and Stone that had a drink called "This Shit Is Bananas," and it was like a bunch of rum and like banana liqueur, and then Kohana Coco Leca
Oh yeah.
on top, floated on top, and it's fucking great. This would be amazing in that. I actually
100%.
think.
I like the second one better. I like the funkiness.
You're
to it.
wincing every time
I
you smell and take a
don't
sip.
know. Like here's the thing. I like the taste. I like that it has flavors.
Yeah.
Does
It
that
has
make
more of
sense?
a flavor palette to me than
Like
the
it's
first
got
one
like
did.
more like
Yeah.
I'm tasting more
I
than
can-
just alcohol.
Yeah, I can appreciate more
I
of
don't
the
know if
like
that's
texture
because it's
to
the
it.
second one. I don't know. It could be.
Sure.
Like maybe if I had this one first, the second one would be better. But this one has more going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely appreciate with the first one what you were saying about this would make like a great rum old fashioned, but this one I could foresee myself drinking more often.
Yeah.
perhaps.
Because this is going to
Yeah.
be more traditional for like tiki.
Yeah.
Right.
How
and
often do you just sit and like hang out and drink rum? Just like straight. Do you just drink straight
lot.
rum? A lot.
A lot. Yeah, I keep track of every rum I've tasted. I make tasting notes of every rum I've tasted. So far, I'm at 1,077 rums that I've tasted from 74 countries.
Do you rank them?
God, no.
I was
That
gonna
would
say,
be.
like, that's-
I do have a Rum Champion's Guide to Rum that's in a shitty Google sheet right now because I'm not smart enough to throw it in like a software interactive website.
Oh,
but
my
I do
God.
have like my favorite rums.
I mean,
one.
I gotta know rum
like saying,
champions
like-
#1 rum.
I have to only pick one.
like a top 5 maybe.
So I would say if I only could pick one rum, it would be Worthy Park Single Estate Reserve.
Okay.
That is a rum that I can have at all times. I mean, I'll go through phases when I want to have really punchy, intense, dirty, earthy rums from Trinidad or St. Lucia, and then other times I want to have lighter column stilled stuff from like Belize.
Sure.
I'm vamping before we drink the other drink.
No, let's hear about this last one.
Okay, the third and final rum. Tell us how it came to be. You developed it, or you helped it. You helped birth this rum.
Yes, I did birth this rum. So if people are producing barrels of rum, whiskey, whatever, some producers, distillers or whatever, will allow you to purchase a barrel. So this rum is from the Privateer Distillery in Ipswich, Massachusetts. It's about an hour north of Boston.
Okay.
This came about because I'm very close with the founder of the Florida Rum Society. It's the largest rum club in the United States. I'm very close with Jay, the founder of Privateer. His ancestor was actually one of the first privateers, legal pirates for the Continental Navy during the American Revolution, and then started producing rum after that. Jay had reached out to me saying, hey, I have a couple of barrel samples, and my Rum Curious Club wanted to do a pick. So I said, sure, send these samples over. 2 samples were presented. I tasted them here with Liz and Kat. We tasted them. Tonga Hut really liked one of the barrels.
Yeah.
I liked both, and then I also liked the second one, so that the second one became what we called Maiden Voyage, which was the first rum pick of the Rum Curious Club. And then Tonga Hut's 65th anniversary also came in to be as a collaboration and a pick between the Florida Rum Society the Rum Champion, and Tonga Hut.
That's so
And
cool.
this is Tonga
That's
Hut's
awesome.
first ever barrel pick in their 65-year history.
That's really
That's
cool.
fucking
So
cool.
I do feel
Look at-
very humbled
you.
to be part of this
That's so
historic
awesome.
pick.
Look at you, from just going to Disneyland and enjoying Trader Sam's and appreciating rum to how many years later?
That's why I say it's just silly.
How-
Like, I'm just,
How do we turn this into our lives, Corey?
I don't know.
mean,
We're working on-
this
we're
is
working
my
on
life,
it.
but
It
but
smells
like
very butterscotchy
oh yeah.
to me.
All we gotta say is just like anybody, like I without being too cheesy,
Oh.
follow your dreams, everybody. But like, do what
But
you're
do what you're
into,
passionate
and
about,
yeah.
yeah.
do what
makes
you
you
like to
happy.
do.
Yeah.
Do what makes you happy. Put good things out into the world, and
Very
like
butterscotchy.
good things.
This
will
is
come to
also 57%. So we're
So
skyrocketing
this is the
up.
strongest one.
Yes.
I can tell.
you.
Swirl extra
Okay.
swirls.
Okay, but hang on. Before I even try this one, it smells the best to me.
It
Yeah.
smells like butterscotch.
It's butterscotch.
Caramel.
Pri-
Oh, this smells like
What's-
This smells like candy in Grandpa's pocket.
Gross. Where it's been like heated and kind of melting.
Oh my
Smells like
God.
Some
You want
Werthers,
some candy,
some
Sean?
Werthers in a jar that have been there for a while. You know what I mean? But in like a good way.
No, totally.
It's like, what if I got myself into?
No, I just love that description. The more like specific you can get, because you're tying it to a specific memory,
The
which is really
burn-
cool.
The burn is the most severe.
Yeah, but extra like swirl, like really, like count
Okay.
to like 5.
It's very good.
I love this. I really do. The cool thing about Privateer is most rum is like ex-bourbon.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of rum is ex-bourbon. If it's French, then it's limousine casks versus American oak.
Sure.
But Privateer, this is a new American oak, so this has a little bit more whiskey note.
It
than-
definitely
than
has
rum
more
note.
whiskey
I mean, it
note,
has
yeah.
a rum profile, but in like a whiskey
Okay.
manner. All right, what are you thinking? Where you at? I love how expressive you are. This is fantastic.
I'm breathing fire right now, but
It's good.
it is 1,000 times more complex than
Any of the
anything
other
that we
ones.
have already tasted.
So you bring up a good point.
Like I'm tasting so much right now.
Yeah.
Like my palate is
Overwhelmed.
like there are pins and needles on my tongue.
Yep.
Like there's spices. I'm tasting like caramel. I'm tasting a lot right now. It is
Or like rich baking
it
spices,
is
100%.
coating- It's coating my tongue.
Yeah. It coats your mouth in a different way than
It
the other
coats
ones
your mouth
did.
in a different way. Like the first one,
Chairman's Reserve.
Chairman's Reserve. I'm like, you're good.
Yeah.
You're not great.
This is unique in
Yeah.
my opinion. The other ones were very good, but this tastes more
Gang.
unique to me.
Gang,
Yeah.
if you're somebody that just likes to like put like some stones in a glass of whiskey
Yeah.
or in a glass
This
of
is perfect
scotch,
for you.
this is fucking,
Yeah.
you would fucking have a delightful
Yeah.
time with this shit.
Yep. And this, since it's a barrel pick, there were only 200, I think less than 200 bottles that were available for purchase. So, and they're all gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm
The only
saying.
place you can taste it now is here at Tonga Hut. I think they have bottles available
Yeah.
for tasting.
Awesome. Like,
Thank you so much for
No,
choosing
no,
these
no,
and
of
sharing
course.
with us.
this is something that we always see on the specials chart, and we always say, should we try Tonga
We've
Hut?
said it every time, and we just never have.
Would it be blasphemous to put anything with this? Like, I mean,
No,
we're not
honestly.
putting this in a cocktail, or we are.
Absolutely not. Like for people who are like, oh my God, you can't mix that. I have a $1,200 bottle of Florida Cognac. The brand was nice enough to get that to me, and guess what I did? I made a rum and coke with it. Like I don't care. Like I have a bottle of Black Tot Last Consignment, also a $1,200 bottle, and that's rum from the 1970s.
Yeah.
And I'll probably make a cocktail with it because like it's my booze. Don't tell me how I can drink it. Like
Yeah.
so, if you want to drink this
Fucking
straight,
love that.
cool. If you want to have like it on like the whiskey rocks, great.
Go
Do
for
it.
it.
Like go
Do what
for it,
makes
man.
you
It's
happy,
your
yeah.
journey.
Are you drinking this straight? How are you drinking this one?
I like it straight, but also if you make a Manhattan with this,
That'd be
Ooh,
really
like,
good.
baby.
like this,
Yeah.
because you have, and I like to use the Luxardo cherry juice instead
Yeah.
of simple
Oh, yeah.
syrup.
Something we do on here, we call them my 5. It's just 5 questions that we ask
here
every
we go.
guest that comes on.
Let's rock and roll.
Sometimes we yell at them and argue about them, but we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be civil
We'll be
today.
good.
Or
okay.
don't be.
What's your favorite theme park?
Disneyland.
Okay.
That's me.
That's fair.
I mean, Disney World is amazing too. Like, but Disneyland,
It's
I've
different.
gone to. It's so different.
Have you ever been drunk at a theme park?
Have I ever been drunk at a theme
or
park?
if you have like a most embarrassing drunk story you would like to share.
Not drunk. I would say that I was definitely inebriated in other capacities.
That seems to be a
That's
running
fair.
theme.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so I have done that. I've weed brownies and I did mushrooms a long time ago. That is long behind me for anybody listening. My whole thing is just eat them before you go in. Like, just, you know.
Everybody's like,
Yeah.
I'm a good boy. Good boy. I don't like to get in trouble in parks, but yes, I've done shrooms.
I've done stuff.
I was like peaking right before, like when it was still Tower of Terror. I was like, haha, and then I hit the peak. I was like, oh, this is amazing.
Oh no.
Oh, shit. If I was on shrooms and Rocket told me, my hands don't scan,
You'd be
I
like,
think I'd be looking at my hands
and
for
be like,
about
what?
an hour.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What are hands?
Yeah.
Why don't they scan? Why don't
Why
they scan?
don't-
They look like hot dogs.
Why hands?
Why
My
hands?
hands. We don't. I don't compute.
Okay. What's your go-to drink order?
Probably a daiquiri. I know it's basic, bitch.
We did
but
it.
I love
we did
daiquiri.
it today.
That's amazing.
We did it today.
My go-to tiki drink. This is just a bonus answer.
Yeah.
Navy Grog.
Oh,
Navy Grog's my
that's
favorite.
Corey,
Me too,
100%.
Okay.
Okay,
I feel like we might know the answer to this.
Well, we should say besides rum, what do you
Besides.
geek out about?
Let's see. I'm a big sports fan, so that's something
What do you
that I'm basically a Denver sports fan minus baseball. So I got the Broncos, much to my dismay.
Okay.
The Nuggets, hooray! Avalanche, hooray! And then because my mom's a Dodgers fan, Dodgers.
Gang, I love this third
It's
rum.
the best one.
I love
Oh
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
Privateer.
Kudos to that one. Fuck.
It's great.
Okay, last
question. This is maybe the most complex.
Okay. If you had to go to any restaurant,
Okay.
Fast food, sit down, whatever.
and order one of everything on the menu, food and drink, what restaurant you go into? What are you eating?
Oh shit.
Yes.
I don't really go out that much. No, actually, you know what? I got you. I would say Arnaud's in New Orleans in the French Quarter.
Okay.
Ooh.
If you've never been to Arnaud's, it's amazing. They have these little things called souffled potatoes.
Yeah.
And they have this whole history about why. So basically, they're like really fancy French fries, but they're not cut like French fries.
Yeah.
They're like potato squares, but they're
Ooh.
double cooked. And the reason why they're double cooked is because the King of France was supposed to sit down to his meal and duties of the state, or he's with a chambermaid or his wife or doing whatever. He missed dinner, and so he came later, and so they had to recook the potatoes. But then there was like a little air pocket that popped up.
Ooh, I
And
know
so-
exactly what you're talking about.
And so, like, legitimately, those souffled potatoes with the sauce, they have some amazing bananas Fosters there. I was almost going to say the
Yum.
best, but Brennan's in New Orleans has the best bananas
Okay.
Fosters.
Sure.
But yeah, like, New Orleans, yeah, Arnaud's in the French Quarter, I would go there.
That's awesome. Good chance.
That's
Anything you would like to plug
Yeah. Hit us
before
up.
we
Yeah, we're
finish
gonna-
up here?
Oh, God. Let's see. So, April 29th, myself and Shannon Mustafer are doing an event at Lucky Tiki.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
May 1st, Shannon and I are doing another event here at Tonga Hut.
Oh, great.
So there's no tickets needed. It's more of you come show, you can taste some lovely Myrtle Bank rums, and then we'll have some $7 cocktails.
Oh, cool.
That's
Great.
like these rum happy hours, man. And then at the end of this month, also April 27th, I'm doing a Rum Curious tasting at Chips Liquor, where we're actually going to be unveiling 2 more barrel picks. So one is a Rum Champion Chips pick, and then we have our second Rum Curious Club pick.
Awesome.
And then after that, we've got Rum Curious Clubs here in Tonga Hut with Rum Barbering Course. So there's just a lot of shit. So
That's
you
awesome.
guys can find me at The Rum Champion, at The Rum Curious Club on Instagram. I got a YouTube channel that I'm trying to do shit with now. And my whole life is getting people like you that are listening out to come drink rum.
We did it.
Perfect. We did
It's
it.
us. We did.
And thank you again for coming on. It was
Yeah.
My
a pleasure
pleasure.
having you and
Thanks for having me.
educating us.
I know.
And yeah,
now
it's
I know
really awesome.
how rum, why rum, and
Yummy rum.
And yum rum.
Yep.
all right, we're gonna go pay some bills. Probably go get some quesadillas.
Yep.
And
There you go.
call it a night. All right.
There we go.
Love it.
Until
that's it.
next time.
Awesome.
Until
Thanks,
next
guys.
time.
Mahalo.
Bye.
Another episode in the books. We tasted some rums. We now sip some rums.
No, I'm definitely. Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
All right. So we're still at Trader Sam's, but we're going to wrap up the episode. Thank you again to Brian Inman, the rum champion.
Yeah.
You can find him at all of his socials that he mentioned before.
He's just a super nice guy.
And I can't wait to go to his house and drink
Sample
all of his
545 rums or whatever it is
all
he
of his
has.
rums. Thanks again for tuning in. We've got some giveaways coming up soon. Be sure to watch our socials if you like tiki mugs or if you like tiki glassware, or if you
T-shirts,
like t-shirts, hats. It's at My Time the Podcast on Instagram. Our email is mytimethepodcast@gmail.com. You can call us at 559-WE-DRUNK, which is 559-933-7865, and leave a message with drinking tips, grog log advice,
Cheers.
or if you use your recording or your cheers or anything
We'll
on the
send
air,
you
we'll send
something.
you a sticker. Be sure to rate and review the podcast on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you get your podcast. And until next week,
Mahalo.
bye.